It's not easy to rank all the concealed carry guns on the market right now. Aside from the fact that we are dealing with over 100 pistols, many of them also share the same qualities and range performance. Still, there are specific CCWs that are undeniably doing better than the rest, especially if we are talking about metrics like popularity and sales. Well, to be fair, these guns won't get such a rapport if they suck, right? Of course, there's also the possibility that a popular gun in previous years will be superseded with brand new models. Actually, the opposite can also happen. So yeah, it's a tough discussion. But hey, I still have to do my job. What's up, everyone? This is your boy Ted from Line 45. In this episode, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of the guns that are topping the extremely competitive concealed carry firearms segment this 2024. Before we get underway, please remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons. I know it feels like a hassle, but those simple clicks mean a lot for my channel. Now, let's return to the video. Canik TP9 Elite SC. Canik is making rounds this 2024 because of the TTI Combat, a gun it made in partnership with Taran Butler of Taran Tactical Innovations. Basically, the Canik TTI Combat is built around a brand new polymer frame and features a competition-grade construction fresh from the box without being overly expensive. But, well, this is not the gun that I want you to focus on. In the concealed carry segment, the Canik TP9 Elite SC has silently crawled its way to the top. Well, many of some of you may not be familiar with this pistol, so I'll give you a quick rundown of its specs. Similar to the guns here, this pistol is a striker-fired semi-auto 9mm. It is almost as long as the P365 at 6.7 inches, fitted with a 3.6-inch match-grade barrel, and stands at 4.6 inches. It has a standard capacity of 12+1 rounds and comes with an extended mag that gives it 15+1 shots of 9mm. The gun uses an optics-ready slide and is equipped with a Picatinny rail for attaching accessories. Its front sight is a white dot, while the rear is entirely blacked out. By default, the TP9 Elite SC has a medium-sized backstrap. Fortunately, its package includes two additional backstraps, one for large-handed shooters and the other one for small hands. The TP9 Elite SC isn't an entirely new gun, so I already had a couple of range tests with this pistol. So far, the gun offers astounding reliability. It has no issues feeding and firing both hollow points and FMJs with different weights. Its accuracy is also solid, up to 25 yards, especially when you toss a red dot on it. Surely I can say that it's a bit thicker than other micro-compact pistols on the market. Still, it allows a full and comfortable grip. I also find its trigger fantastic. While there's a small amount of travel, the trigger breaks crisply, followed by a short reset. You can reach the trigger even without adjusting your grip, which, IP practice, translates to better control and surefire firing accuracy. Walther PDP Compact Steel Frame 4-inch. The Walther PDP steel frame was introduced in 2024, specifically during this year's SHOT Show. However, it's already clear that it is becoming a top handgun choice for many gunners. The all-metal PDP is available in a 4-inch barreled model, and that's the gun I will focus on here. My impression of this pistol is great. It's basically a compact gun but offers the substantial feel of a full-size gun. It holds 15 rounds of 9mm, and when unloaded, this pistol weighs over 2 pounds. For me, it's a much-needed heft to keep its recoil to a minimum. It shoots smoothly and accurately, and by all means, this one has an insane level of reliability. Its slide has a cut for optics, but even its iron sights are already sufficient to attain sub-2-inch accuracy from 7 to 15 yards. I also have to point out that much of its shootability is due to its performance-duty trigger. For a striker-fired trigger, this one is truly exceptional. It's light, consistent, and resets fast. Of course, I have to admit that the PDP compact steel frame is a bit big for a compact gun, but it's not impossible to conceal. Due to its mass, I prefer to carry this off-body instead of a standard IWB. In terms of ergonomics, the pistol is definitely awesome. I particularly love its wraparound textured grip panels. They fill my hand sufficiently, and the texturing has the right kind of aggressiveness that is both comfortable and tacky. All of the desirable features of the polymer PDP are boarded on this steel pistol. The slide, for example, has excellent serrations, and the ambidextrous slide stop levers are very accessible without you having to adjust your grip. On top of its dust cover is an integral accessory rail for weapon attachments, and the slide is also cut for optics. Glock 43X MOS. I kept mentioning this like a broken record, but it's clear as day that the concealed carry market is almost saturated. Still, the Glock 43X MOS has no problem standing out. Obviously, it carries the Glock reputation, so it has the popularity advantage already. Second, and another important point, is that this gun is actually good enough to beat the majority of similarly priced and more expensive rivals in the segment. The Modular Optic System, or MOS, is an offering available to Gen 5 Glock pistols. So even without the nameplate, the Glock 43X is actually a 5th-gen Glock, which obviously gave it the perks that come with this configuration. It has no finger grooves, is available in different backstrap sizes, includes a marksman barrel, and offers better sights and triggers. Well, you still have to replace the sights and triggers with better aftermarket options. The Glock 43X measures about 6 inches long and 1 inch wide, with a height of roughly 3.41 inches. It weighs about 23 ounces unloaded and has a standard capacity of 10 rounds. The slimline slide of the Glock 43X comes with front serrations, and keep in mind that the original Glock 43 doesn't have these serrations. These serrations help manipulate the slide a lot better. The rail you see in the 43X MOS isn't a Picatinny-type rail, so don't expect that it will be extensively compatible with weapon lights and lasers. Hence, you need to check if the one you got fits its rail. I am pretty much satisfied with how this Glock pistol performs. It's deadly accurate for its size, and its reliability is what you can expect from a Glock pistol. It feeds different 9mm loads with little to no malfunctions. Its grip fits my hands pretty well, and that lets me shoot the pistol way better than the original G43. Springfield Armory Hellcat Pro OSP. Despite the fact that the Walther PDP Compact steel frame is a lot better than the Hellcat Pro OSP, I still deem the Springfield pistol to be a better concealed carry firearm overall. And it's not just me who shares this opinion. Many gunners I know have already made the Hellcat Pro OSP as their everyday carry pistol. At this point in time, the Hellcat Pro OSP is among the few that made a successful compromise between concealability and shootability. It has the same 15-round mag as the compact Walther pistol, thanks to its double-stack construction, but a lot smaller and lighter. It weighs around 20 ounces when unloaded, while its barrel only measures 3.7 inches long. It's a great blaster with 9mm loads. I am even surprised that it has a tamed recoil and doesn't flinch even when fired rapidly. Its name already identifies its key distinction from the standard Hellcat. The slide is already cut for optics. But hey, even with a reflex sight, the gun stays lightweight. Moreover, since the cut is low, it's completely possible to use its tritium irons along with the red dots. I'm also a firm believer that the Hellcat Pro OSP has better grip ergonomics than other pistols in the micro-compact category. Of course, I am talking about the likes of the Glock 43X MOS and the P365XL. This is just me, but I feel that its grip is a lot bigger, more tacky, and features a lower grip angle. With a low grip angle, its bore axis is lowered too, which in turn lets me control its recoil more efficiently. The only downside about the Hellcat Pro OSP is that its all-steel trigger feels a lot similar to Glock. It works, but nothing spectacular. Still, overall, the Hellcat Pro OSP is a fantastic choice for a concealed carry gun. Sauer P365 XMacro TACOPS. I can fill this list with just P365 pistols. That's how popular these micro-compact pistols are. Ever since the original P365 was introduced in the market, the concealed carry segment has become noisier. Basically, it's the P365 that popularized double-stacked micro 9mm pistols, and the likes of Glock 43 and Springfield Hellcat were just designed to compete with it. The P365 has evolved into different iterations, but one of the most successful and most popular versions of the gun is the XMacro TACOPS. Compared to the original P365, this one has a longer frame and slide. It is 6.6 inches long, and its barrel measures 3.7 inches. But unlike the original XMacro, the TACOPS version doesn't have an integral compensator. The reason it has no compensator is pretty simple. While it's true that the compensator helps reduce the gun's recoil, it also redirects gases upward, which in turn causes more noise and blasts on the muzzle. In fact, the XMacro has more recoil than the P365XL because of the compensator. SIG decided to create the XMacro TACOPS to address such issues. It's not as soft shooting as the XMacro, but it doesn't kick that much either. It's heavier than the P365XL after all, which aids in its recoil management. It features a larger grip too, and still has a 17+1 round capacity. Its grip module is better than most P365 models out there. It fits both medium and small hands, and even large hands like mine can still grip the gun quite comfortably. It also includes an extended magazine well, which, when partnered with its tapered magazines, allows for extremely fast reloads. I love using the XMacro TACOPS on speed drills and double taps. It's deadly accurate, reliable, and shoots pretty fast. The flat-faced trigger of this pistol also raises its value as a self-defense weapon. It breaks at 5 pounds and resets quickly. These are trigger qualities that you and I need for a concealed carry gun. It has an easy-to-rack slide, precise night sights, and accessible external controls that enhance its overall efficiency in both combat and range use. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more gun videos like this, just click the subscribe button and notification bell. Take care and stay safe.